February 21st, 2021. According to three people familiar with the planning, former President Donald Trump will soon begin vetting candidates at Mar-a-Lago. Trump already has received dozens of requests from prospective candidates seeking to introduce themselves and nab his endorsement. Trump's team said formal meetings could start as early as March. Now that Trump has survived his second Senate impeachment trial, he has shifted his focus to post-presidential activism. This venture, mostly bankrolled by his new leadership PAC, Save America, which has already almost $31 million at the start of this month. Trump will speak at the Conservative Political Action Conference on February 28th, his first public address since his acquittal.
We need your help. Since the beginning of the pandemic, 5 times as many of our neighbors have used Must Be services to put food on their table. Please, help Must Be meet this 500% increase in demand this Purim season. Donate to help feed over 10,000 families this Purim. Give Matunas Lav Yoinim Boi Bayom. Your donation will be used to give families food on Purim.
The violence in Myanmar on Saturday was the bloodiest day in more than 2 weeks of demonstrations in cities and towns across the country that demand an end to the military rule and the release from detention of elected leader Aung San Suu Kyi and others. 2 people were killed when police and soldiers fired at protesters in the streets. The demonstrations and a civil disobedience campaign of strikes and disruptions show no sign of dying down, with opponents of the military skeptical of an army promise to hold a new election and hand power to the winner. A Russian court denied an appeal by Alexei Navalny, sealing an earlier ruling that would see the prominent Kremlin critic and anti-corruption activist spend a lengthy sentence in a penal colony. Mr. Navalny, whose detention in January sparked mass protests that mushroomed into a broader act of defiance against Russian President Vladimir Putin, was sentenced earlier this month for violating the conditions of a suspended sentence from 2014. The rallies, which at one point saw over 40,000 people on the streets of Moscow and thousands more across the country, were met with a sweeping crackdown by the authorities, who detained more than 10,000 people. Since being scrutinized over his handling of the nursing home deaths in New York City, Governor Cuomo has denied any suggestion of wrongdoing and forcefully defended his top aides. He has also scrambled to contain the fallout through back channels, leaning on some Democratic legislators in search of public support. The U.S. Attorney's Office in Brooklyn and the FBI are also now scrutinizing the state's handling of data surrounding COVID deaths in its long-term care facilities. The upheaval follows months of simmering anger among Cuomo critics, who, while acknowledging the real public benefits of his earlier hyper-engaged communication tactics, believed the governor sought to parlay his new popularity into a shield against legitimate questions over his actions.
But I want you to have the facts, because I don't want you to have more pain from this noise. All the information that the state put out about all the deaths, hospital deaths and nursing home deaths, from day one. This is how many people died in hospitals. This is how many people died in nursing homes. Total deaths, the same number.